Hello again, Danger Noodle. Welcome back. I had a stream earlier, that's why I said hello again.
Oh, that was stilted.
For now.
What do you mean for now? Whatever.
So, I'll go ahead and read the nickname for Hatchet. The nickname is a malfunctioning destroyer.
I love malfunctioning destroyers. It's my favorite pastime. Alright. We ready?
Oh, there's something else I want to read for you for the disruption class. So you'll
Okay.
understand. Alright, what's a meta? Meta, the disruption class should be reserved for special circumstances when the Foundation is essentially declaring war on an anomaly. An anomaly poses such a dire threat to the status quo and the Foundation's veil that there is no other option than to use all possible options in order to neutralize it. The effects of the immediate anomaly would extend to the entire known world and possibly the entire universe.
Oh, that's encouraging.
Alright, go ahead.
Okay. Oh no. Bad time for gas. Okay. By order of the Overseer Council, the following file describes a hostile, anomalous, alien superstructure capable of causing an an SK class barren Earth end of the world event and is level 5-2399 classified. Unauthorized access is forbidden. 2399. Item number 2399. Level 5 top secret. Containment class is Keter. Obviously, because you're watching a Keter tier listing video or stream. Disruption class Amida. Risk class Danger. Special containment procedures. Due to SCP-2390's location and nature, physical means of containment are currently impossible. Implanted Foundation agents in major observatories. Oh, excuse me. Oh god, it's my blah. Major observatories are to contain footage or images of SCP-2399. An ongoing misinformation campaign is in effect, which has thus far been able to completely suppress any knowledge pertaining to SCP-2399 from public awareness. Foundation satellites in orbit around Jupiter are to maintain constant vigilance of SCP-2399's reconstruction efforts and make all attempts to hinder the process should SCP-2399 reach a minimum of 75% completion. Additionally, a parameter a perimeter of long-range electromagnetic jamming satellites barrier array has been situated in high Jupiter orbit. Any transmissions intercepted by this array are to be summarily decoded and logged. In the event of SCP-2399 surpassing 75% completion of or an information breach in the jamming perimeter, necessary Foundation personnel will engage Protocol Legionnaire 5, see Addendum 2399 L5, given its completion by that time. Description: SCP 2399 is a massive, complex mechanical structure currently located in Jupiter's lower atmosphere. Since its visual discovery in 1963, SCP-2399 has been observed to use highly advanced antimatter-based weaponry to create spatial disruptions, devastating devastating atmospheric data expunged, observable as a large red vortex commonly known as the Great Red Spot. SCP-2399 appears to be damaged, possibly due to an impact with the moon low before coming to rest in its current position. SCP-2399 excuse me. SCP-2399 has been observed releasing a multitude of small octopoid repair drones in efforts to repair the damage it has taken. Some of these drones will remain near SCP-2399 while others will patrol nearby moons or deeper into the gases of Jupiter itself in search of parts that SCP-2399 is missing. Computer models estimate that SCP-2399 is at 59% completion, with a current rate of 0.78% annually. This rate has increased from an estimated 0.12% in 1970. Despite its damaged state, 2399 seems to possess a limitless power supply, advanced electromagnetic shielding, matter-disrupting weaponry, and the ability to repair damage done to itself, and a precise tracking and targeting system. See Addendum 2399-2B. Due to the large difference in technological advancement between the creator of 2399 and our own, for all intents and purposes, 2399 is currently indestructible by human means. In theory, 2399 might be left vulnerable by a powerful enough electromagnetic pulse. Unfortunately, this technology does not yet exist. Since 1971, 2399 has been the recipient of an unending stream of electromagnetic based communications originating in the Triangulum Galaxy, roughly 3 million light years from Earth. The means of SCP-2399's travel to our solar system and the means of its communications are all unknown. From 1971 to 1985, 2399 continuously received a single encoded message which, through code breaking and translation efforts, appeared to be a command to repair the damage it incurred upon entering our solar system. After this time, the barrier array was established to intercept these messages. This coincided with a period of radio silence from the origin of the communications until 1996, when a different order began transmitting. The barrier array has thus far prevented 2399 from receiving this command. See Addendum 23-com-log. Okay, so we've got 2399 Discovery Notes. 2399 was originally observed, albeit unknowingly, by Giovanni Cassini in 1665. The following is taken directly from Cassini's journal on the event, translated from Italian to English. I've observed something extraordinary in the heavens. Last night, as I gazed through my looking-glass, I saw what appeared to be a star of great luminance streak through the far reaches of our solar system. I have never recorded an object moving so fast. It had surpassed the other planets in fewer than 2 hours. As I watched, by my own 2 eyes, I saw it slowed as it closed on Jupiter, make a sharp turn and disappear into the planet itself. I saw many bursts of light afterwards, but although I continued to peer at it until the sun broke, I saw no additional excuse me. I saw no additional disturbances in the night sky. I must continue to document these changes and will alert my colleagues when the day is upon me. Oh, that was let's see. Oh, this is using a European
Mhm.
manner of stuff. So that's the 8th of October, 1665. 15th of October, 1665. I took Peter to my observation point last night. but a week from the night I saw the fire rain upon Jupiter in the heavens. He brought along his own looking glass, and together we aimed our view upon the giant. To our surprise, a magnificent change had occurred. Where once the distant world only showed bands of color, there is now a great red spot, where the star came to rest on the surface of Jupiter. Peter was incredulous, of course, that such an amazing discovery could have taken place before our very eyes. I will continue to take note of this. October 18th, 1665. Tonight, as I peered through my looking glass, excuse me, I swear on life that I observed what looked to me like explosions and starbursts emanating from our red spot. I fear my mind is playing tricks on me, for there has been no record of such violent outbursts by a heavenly body since the dawn of astronomy. I will consult with Peter on the morrow, and hopefully glean from him some advice on the matter. October 19th, 1665. Peter sees the same as I. As I approached him with my concerns, he leveled the same with me, and through our following discussion we concluded that it must be a powerful reaction to the falling star I saw upon the first night, and not a product of our own shortcomings. I am left wondering what cataclysmic event must be taking place upon our heavenly neighbor. Our work to document this must go on. Let me close that. Okay. Addendum 23 2B. At redacted hours on redacted date, Barrier Unit 53 observed one of 2390's repair drones closing on a piece of debris, quickly determined to be part of a damaged communications array. Because of the nature of the specific component, the ramifications of allowing 2399 to recover it, it was ordered that Barrier Unit 43 open fire upon the drone with its onboard concussion batteries. Batteries were discharged, however, the drone appeared undamaged. Footage obtained by Barrier Unit 53 shows that while the payload in question was launched towards the repair drone, it was destroyed within 5 kilometers of the target by additional charges originating from 2399. Command lost contact with Barrier Unit 45 15 seconds after initial discharge, with video observation showing SCP-2399 data expunged. The resulting spatial anomaly originating in excuse me, redacted data expunged. The termination of Barrier Unit 45 by Barrier Units 44, 51, and 55. Under no circumstances are any barrier units to further engage either SCP-2399 or drones released by 2399. Addendum 2399-2C, Project Gygus. Gygus, I think that's how it's pronounced. After the events of redacted date, it was decided that necessary force would be authorized to destroy or incapacitate 2399 using Foundation resources, as well as resources from 45 nations, notably a whole bunch of redacted nation names. A platform of redacted warheads bearing redacted MT payloads and redacted warheads bearing EMP detonators was launched and placed in orbit around Europa on redacted date at redacted hours, so redacted time, with orders from 15 heads of state and that would be 505 council members that are all redacted. The entire payload of Project Gygus was launched towards 2399. Data expunged. Efforts to develop alternative methods of eliminating 2399 are currently underway. With a footnote. The repair of the repair of SCP-1396 has been postponed, but has been deemed currently unfeasible. I have no idea which SCP that is. Can look at that later. Addendum 2399L5. So, SCP-2399. Have you ever sat and wondered, maybe after you hear about a car accident on the street you were just on, or a bombing in a city you were visiting, just how lucky you are to be alive? Just how many things have to go right for you to continue to exist? A few seconds late, a few seconds too early, everybody reaches for something they dropped, and a busload of people run into another busload of people. Sometimes this kind of thing does happen, as we've seen far too often. But that's what we're here for, to protect those who can't protect themselves from things that they wouldn't even know to protect themselves from. We can't do it all, though. As many things as we've been able to contain, as many things as we've been able to keep under lock that would threaten to destroy us all, still far too many remain that we can't do anything about. Whether they're too big or too fast or too powerful, any of these things could blink and wipe humanity from existence. The fact that they haven't done so yet is just luck. 2399, however, is different. We have little information regarding 2399's motives, origins, and full capabilities. We do not understand how it is capable of communicating over such large distances, or why those who constructed it, if it was in fact constructed, sent it to us in the first place. We do not know what would happen if 2399 is able to fully repair itself, or if part of our array would break down and a message would get through. We do not know this, so we must assume the worst. Judging by what we've seen, where 2399 to have reached Earth, it would have led to our timely destruction. But sometimes humanity gets a little help. Sometimes something steps in the way of the apocalypse. For us, and for 2399, it was Jupiter. As SCP-2399 began to slow on its approach to Earth, Cassini saw what we've been able to ascertain, that 2399 struck Io, I realize that's how it's pronounced, was damaged and was unable to escape the gravitational pull of Jupiter. Its weapons activated as they were intended, but it was Jupiter that experienced doomsday, not us. Eventually, though, it's likely that 2399 will resume full functionality, and will likely be able to pull away from Jupiter and proceed to its target. As of now, we can keep hurling bombs and EMPs at it all we want, but we've got no indication that any of it will so much as scratch the thing. On the contrary, experience dictates it would do nothing at all. If this were to happen now, we would undoubtedly be destroyed. Jupiter has given us time. For now, 2399 will remain there, reassembling itself, while we devise some way to stop it. Like it or not, we are in an arms race with this thing. Our best guesses give us something like 25 years until it is able to hear past our dampening array. Until then, we must seize the opportunity that has been laid before us. We must use the time we have been given and not let it be wasted. So, we devised Protocol Legionnaire. One gigantic EMP powered by God knows what, followed by a volley of nukes big enough to wipe out our civilization 1,000 times over. A blunt plan, and simple, and likely futile. Our researchers around the globe have yet to devise even a way to deliver that kind of pulse, let alone a way to power it. There is no indication whatsoever that we will be able to complete Legionnaire on time, or if it will do what is intended once it is completed. But we must try. We must do something. Even if we have to drain our banks and empty our minds, we must try. Not often do we get a chance to see the swerving bus that will end our lives and step out of the way. Jupiter, unknowingly, has offered us that chance. I suggest we take it. Randall McAllen, Director, Barrier Project Site Redacted. There's something here about. Oh, okay. So Project Legionnaire leads over to, I think, a story.
Yeah.
So that is for another time.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Where the fuck were we? Right, addendum. Oh yeah, and all of these since addendum 2B have been information restricted to level 4 personnel or above. Addendum 2399, communication log. Restricted 20. The level 4 personnel or above. All messages logged are to be understood as having repeated themselves continuously until either a new message is logged or a logged instance of radio silence. 1971. Unit is damaged. Repair. 1985. Updating orders. Maintain position. Repair. 1985. Period of radio silence. Barrier array is established. 1996. Unit is out of range of target. Proceed to planet number 3 in system. Coordinates redacted. Repair. 2015. Unit is out of range of target. Proceed to planet number 3 in system. Coordinates redacted. Priority is target. Cease repairs. And target is.
Oh, it's a 001 proposal.
Oh. Oh, so this thing is. This thing is trying to go after one of our 001 proposals?
I guess so.
And which 001 is that?
Twisted Gears and Cactus. DJ Cactus proposal.
Oh, great. What a lovely proposal to stumble upon given our now understanding of DJ Cactus.
Yeah. Let's see.
Fuck.
SCP-1396 is a group of 5 unmarked weaponized artificial satellites in varying sizes orbiting the planet Jupiter at its LT Lag Lagrangian point. 1396 appears to be of human origin. Where they were constructed remains unknown, as well as how they were transported to their current location. Okay,
Okay, so it's just another SCP that orbits Jupiter.
right, and they say deemed currently unfeasible because they couldn't
Ah,
control it.
yeah.
All
So
right.
wait, was this SCP also written by Cactus?
Uh, yes.
Fun.
He's a good writer. Doesn't mean we like him.
Yeah. Sometimes good writers are massive pieces of shit.
Like
Another
J.K. Rowling.
example is, well, that one's debatable, but I was gonna say Neil Gaiman.
Oh. Yeah, anyways, we obviously know it's gonna be XK.
Yeah, it's like that's like we don't like what we're just gonna sit here and have a merry little chat with your stream chat. Hey, so how does everyone feel about this SCP? Do you think that this could be like like city level or like no, it's XK. I'm being a sarcastic prick. Let's move on.
Yeah,
Finding out about the author at the end kind of soured my taste, damn it.
that's fair. Oh, adult content for one of the SCPs. But it's Euclid, so
Mm,
I'm just making sure we don't skip another Keter.
that's fair enough.
Because, some of them have changed, as we noticed last string.
Yeah,
Let's see.
Euclid.
I put a picture in chat. It was the only picture I could get of what they say the anomaly is.
I see.
Wait, is Jerry here?
Oh, they're still muted.
I am still here, but it's still noisy.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So what SCP are we looking for? Do you even know the number?
Yes, I do. I got it right here. This is so goddamn long.
Oh my gods, yeah.
I haven't clicked everything yet.
Holy fucking shit. What is this thing? What's the
Well,
nickname of this one?
let's see. The next name is Overox Fall.
Oryx Fall. I don't think I've heard of that one.
Wait, does it
Well,
connect to his story? Oh my gosh, it does. It goes to the Sarxism hub. Oh no.
oh, well that's a fun thing to know about. Well, good luck destroying your voice box with this one. I'm not reading it.
Yeah, we'll get Jerry to read it. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, Jerry, get the dogs to read it.
The dogs to read it? Well, they haven't been barking for a while.
Damn. Get Spood to read it.
I can try to read it, but you'll hear a lot of background sound.
No,
No,
I'll
no,
read
no,
it.
no, no. We're being
We're just
sarcastic.
joking.
Yeah,
All right.
no worries.
Yeah. All right. Item SCP-2408. Object Class Keter. Special Containment Procedures. The Foundation is to infiltrate and control law enforcement agencies in areas where GOI 0432 activity is suspected. Information regarding the anomalous activities of GOI 0432 is to be suppressed. MTF PSI 13 Witch Hunters have been tasked with the search for and elimination of GOI 0432 members, aka SCP-2408-1. In the event that a member is captured alive, they are to be thoroughly interrogated using any means deemed necessary. Prior to termination, the body is autopsied and disposed of per hazardous waste protocols. Mobile Task Force PSI 9 Abyss Gazers is to provide security to researchers at SCP 2408 3. Individuals attempting to gain access to 2408 3 are to be terminated on site. Patrols are to search for potential access points, which must be securely sealed when discovered. Armed Reliquary and Biological Containment Area 06 has been constructed beneath Moscow in order to contain and study 2408 3. SCP-2408 designates several anomalies associated with GOI 0432, the Hunter's Black Lodge, an anomalous criminal organization and Sartic cult primarily active in the post Soviet states. 2408 1 are genetically normal humans capable of undergoing gross physical transfiguration. Known changes include mass increase of multiple of 2, sometimes 3, primary muscle, increased bone density, bone density, an increase of testosterone production, with levels approximately 6 times as great as in baseline adult males, an increase in adrenaline production, which with levels approximately 4 times as great as in baseline adult males, enlargement of organs and proportional to increased mass, with the exception of the testes and adrenal glands, which increase in size well beyond what would be proportional, and the brain, which does not appear to change in size. The manifestation of various non-human physicalities. Examples would be lupine, hircine, porcine, ursine, cervine, and octopine features have all been recorded. An ability to shift between bipedal and quadrupedal movement, amplified senses, seeing, hearing, tasting, / smelling things outside of human sensory limitations, amplified strength, speed, and regenerative ability. Unlike Protus Cronenberg syndrome, 2408-1 instances are able to reverse these changes while maintaining cellular stability. It remains unknown whether or not these transformations can be maintained indefinitely. Complete transformification can be achieved within 10 to 30 seconds. 2408 was discovered during Operation Falconwrath. Operation Falconwrath involved the infiltration of GOI-0432, known as the Hunter's Black Lodge, simply the Black Lodge. GOI-0432 has been linked to extortion, murder, robbery, gambling, prostitution, human trafficking, drug trafficking, weapons trafficking, and underground fighting rings. While these activities are not inherently anomalous, the anomalous capabilities of GOI-0432 has had an apparent effect on their practice. These anomalies include the trafficking and distribution of anomalous pharmaceutical agents, primarily in the form of anabolic androgenic steroid, HEB, or English for wrath. The intravenous injection of HEB triggers anomalous levels of muscle and bone growth. Continued and/or excessive use will result in Proteus-Cronenberg syndrome and/or death. Analysis suggests that this substance is harvested from the adrenal gland of an unidentified species of animal that has thus been classified as 2408-2A. The trafficking and distribution of, I'm not even trying to say that, lust/carnality, a potent narcotic increase prevalent, having so far been found in North America, Europe, and Southeast Asia. Club drug. Normally sold in small glass vials, it is administered to the body through insufflation into the sinus cavities. Injection has been found to be universally fatal. Substance triggers various sensory hallucinations, increased heart palpitations, increased sexual arousal, and feelings of euphoria. Studies have shown the substance to be more addictive than heroin. These effects are non-anomalous, the substance likely created with profit in mind, but the substance itself appears to be derived from a spinal fluid of an identified species that has thus been classified as 2408-2B. The trafficking and distribution of biological agents, including pathogens and toxins deemed anomalous by the Foundation, the creation and distribution of Red Death, represents an exceptionally high-level threat. Already classified as SP redacted, information regarding the Red Death is presently only available on a need-to-know basis. Before I could go forward, I have a feeling Red Death is either the Red Ice or 610.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's concerning.
Yeah. Victims of GOI-0432 have been discovered impaled on large organic spines. These spines appear superficially Tannis, and despite showing strong structural similarities to coral containing human DNA.
Chitinous.
Chitinous, got it. Or completely torn apart. Cadavers display injuries suggestive of attacks by several different animals, such as bloody hoof prints, wounds consistent with goring by a horned or tusked animal, and teeth marks indicative of a large lupine organism. The Foundation became aware of GOI-0432 in the wake of the USSR's dissolution, when many anomalies and documentations relating to anomalies were transferred to Foundation control by GRU Division P. The existence of GOI-0432 would be further corroborated by former members of GRU Division P. It appears that they were unable to fully contain or neutralize the threat presented by GOI-0432 and its associated anomalies, with one source describing the apparent destruction of the organization on several occasions, only for it to reappear months later, seemingly strengthened. Alright, anyways, the GRU Division P Department V-GSI Black Lodge. GSI Black Lodge, Division P Department V. Approved 12 III 1959, printout NR3, signed S, Department Head VP9 GRU, DNR 23 1959, responsible personnel Ivan P. Krupin. Detail: GSI Black Lodge designates a criminal organization which has augmented its illegal and deviant activity through anomalous means. GSI Black Lodge currently operates throughout the USSR, but is suspected to be headquartered in Moscow at the location referred to by the criminal class as the Old Altar. Information about this location has been primarily gathered from the rights supervisor Semyonov T. Akudinov, executed for criminal involvement once survival was deemed no longer necessary. Interview log, Division P, Department V, July 3rd, 1959 to December 3rd, 1959, attached document, December 3rd, 1959, attached is a transcript of interview of Samuel T. Akudinov, a former Black Lodge recruit and survivor of the rights. Interviewer is redacted due to the loss of Soda's mandible. He is only able to respond via writing. Subject has little to no knowledge with regards to specific anomalies and appears to have suffered great psychological trauma from his experience. Subject was recovered by workers from the sewage systems of Moscow's Arbat district. Okay. What is the doctor? I don't know. Below? I could not see. Blindfolded. What did you encounter within? Tell me everything that you perceived. Old temple, heathen, black stone, blood, meat, the chanting, the drumming. What were you forced to do? Fight or die. No choice. For Orok. For the glory of the hunt. I was weak, pathetic, worthless. How did you escape? Among the dead, blood-fed grates, crawled away, blood and meat and bones, deeper, all was black, dissolved. Not strong enough, should have been called with honor. Agent Redacted of MTF PSI 13, Witch Hunters, was officially tasked with the infiltration of GOI 0432 on April 11th, 1994, as part of Operation Falconwrath. MTF PSI 13 is a highly classified Joint Foundation GOC task force created as part of Project Citra Accra. MTF PSI 13 is designed for the infiltration of psychic organizations and the termination of high threat members. Sarcasm, derived from the Greek, I'm gonna not even try to read that, or flesh, is a religion philosophy that encompasses a variety of traditions, beliefs, and spiritual practices largely based on teachings attributed to Grand Carsis Ion. Its defined founder adherents practice ritual cannibalism, mortification of the flesh, human sacrifice, corporeal augmentation, flesh crafting, dimensional manipulation, and thaumaturgy. Unlike proto-Sarkicism, Neo-Sarkicism displays no qualms with technology and may be found in heavily populated environments, their daily lives differing little from others of their culture and social status. As part of Project Citra, Accra MTF PSI 13 operatives are trained in counter occult stratagems, COS, and use of corrosive incendiary armaments. Each agent is equipped with a SIG Sawyer E226 modified for the use of incendiary and corrosive augmentation. Under the alias Dominic Michigan, Agent Redacted operated in Moscow as a contract killer in order to develop a criminal reputation and ultimately gain the attention of GOI-0432.
Real quick, that's alias.
Alias, okay. Got it.
Yep.
On January 20th, 1990. Huh?
Huh?
Oh, I thought you said something else. Never mind.
No, I didn't really.
Okay. On January 20th, 1995, Agent Redacted was contacted by members of GOI-0432 and instructed to visit Red Lanterns. Red Lanterns is a popular nightclub adult entertainment establishment located in the Galianovo district, employed as a Black Lodge front. Is suspected of being involved in forced prostitution, human trafficking, and the distribution of illegal, frequently anomalous narcotics. It is believed that local law enforcement has not intervened due to the corruption and intimidation by GOI-0432. Agent Redacted was not equipped with a recording device due to the delicate nature of the mission. Instead, information was transferred to Foundation via dead drop. Agent Redacted would place a message in Security Inc. within an empty alcoholic container, which was a beer bottle, and discarded it with a specific waste container outside his apartment complex. Agent Myron Antonovich, disguised as a homeless local, would later search through the waste, retrieve the missive, have it photographed, and then proceed to destroy the initial missive. Image data would then be encrypted and delivered to Foundation electronically. Agent Redacted entered the nightclub at 2100, January 25th, 1995, equipped with a SIG Sawyer P226. He is observed being approached by a bouncer, which Agent Redacted proceeds to follow after a short conversation. An agent inside the nightclub reports seeing Redacted being escorted to an upstairs VIP suite overlooking the main floor. Agent Redacted does not exit the nightclub until 800 on January 29th, 1995. A message would later be delivered to the dead drop site at approximately 2100.
Just real quick.
Yeah.
I have to go for like 10 to 15 minutes. I will be back.
Okay.
And if it wasn't clear, you can continue without me.
Okay. I apologize for the delay. I'll start from the beginning. I was brought upstairs and over to a circular table where 6 men and 1 elderly woman were seated. Atari Savava, leader of GOI 0432, Sat at the far end, facing an empty chair. He told me to sit, and I obliged. He had a menacing out of hair, muscular, never smiled or removed his sunglasses. I suspect the others were higher ups, but they kept silent for the most part. He dove right in, skipped the pleasantries. I said it was nice to see someone who didn't mind doing a bit of wet work. Wet work is a common euphemism for murder or assassination, alluding to the spilling of blood. The expression wet job has been a part of Russian criminal slang since at least the 19th century. New blood willing to spill blood. I remember him remarking. Iosava said he was aware they had no brothers. Brothers or brotherhood refers to the collective of criminal organizations in the former Soviet Union. That it was rare and dangerous to work solo in Moscow. Informed him that I had received a few offers, but told these cocksucking bitches that they weren't worth my time. Phrasing his response, thinking got tough. You speak brave words, but maybe you're just another stupid cunt whose luck's about to run out. It was hard to read. His tone and body language was firm, but hardly aggressive. Told him those games were weak. I responded, why try my luck? The lowest cards in the deck. The elderly woman leaned to Iosava and whispered in his ear. She was noticeably pale and covered with unusual tattoos, abnormal for a Russian woman her age. Made me feel a lot more uneasy than those thugs. He said your blood's long, but you got balls. Literally, that word is literally cow, but can also refer to a clumsy individual. In the Russian Gulag system, where it is believed that GOI-0432 first developed, it referred to someone brought to a prison break with the intention of cannibalizing them in order to survive the Siberian wilderness. Based on GOI-0432's history and reputation, it is believed that the intended meaning was the latter. I'll give you one chance to prove yourself. There's going to be a little initiation. A nice way to call the pussies. Again, paraphrasing. Snapped his fingers and said, for now we drink and be merry. And waitress delivered a bottle of vodka and several glasses. As per tradition, we poured our own shots. Iosava raised the glass, Ira took the favor, and we drank. In a blink, I find myself tied up and naked on the cold floor, a hood over my head and a proper ball gag in my mouth. Not so weird. Red Lanterns has a kind of BDSM thing going on. I had figured pouring my own drink would have avoided this exact sort of situation. Maybe the bottom of the glass had a layer of some kind of tranquilizer. Hard to say. Doesn't matter. It all gets a lot weirder. Eventually they came for me and carted me off. It was pointless to fight it. This went on for maybe an hour or two. I remember hearing the sound of old pipes and flowing water. The air was chill and damp. There was a scent of rust and stagnant water, followed by an earthly aroma. There were voices, and not all were speaking Russian. Sedna dasnen vatas exdask, or something like that. Gibberish to me, but I'm certain it was Sarkic speak. They chained me to the neck of what I would later find to be a pillar of some kind of support beam. They untied the rope from my wrist and ankles, pulled off my hood, and removed the gag. I was in a dimly lit area resembling an amphitheater, here fairly ancient. There were 4 other men in similar circumstances to my own, chained by by the neck to a pillar. There was also a large crowd, possibly in the hundreds, observing from the higher ground. Some wore red and white robes, others were dressed in plain clothes or business attire. I felt a prick at the base of my neck, and everything after was a blur. I heard chant, and I remember skulls cracked, eyes gouged, and I feel of flesh between my teeth. A celebration, drugs, food, women, and flashes of violence, not necessary in that order. The memories are confused, just vague and disjointed images. I apologize for the lack of details. I awoke in my apartment with my skin still caked in blood. Received a tattoo, don't remember that at all, and took me by surprise. Resembles a black cyclops skull with horns and tusks. Guess they've accepted me as one of their own. I'll be sure to step out shirtless a few times. Have the surveillance op snap a few photographs to see if it means anything. The Foundation would henceforth receive bi-weekly mission reports from Agent Redacted. Missive, February 4th, 1995. Possible GOI 0432 Front, UL Redacted 94. Glendizik, Kashnodarsky, Kraj 353465, Russian Foundation. Russian Federation. First shut up was gun running. More damned evidence against Abraxas arms. A company long suspected of having Sarkic ties.
Yeah.
Not a lot to report beyond that. In a lot of ways, the Black Lodge is like any other Bratva. They're thugs, plain and simple, and mostly driven by greed. They're also nastier, which speaks volumes. You can't get much lower than Bratva. They discarded any trace of honor they had left in Siberia. The Great Mothers are certainly something you don't see in the world of organized crime. It is presently hypothesized that the Great Mothers are Volatar, a high rank of circuit cultists known as serving as advisors to a Karcist. The criminal forces of Bratva call them hags, crones, witches, and the like, though not to their faces. The Sarkic influence is clear with them, 12 in number, and they refer to each other as sisters, priestesses, or some such. All wear the same outfits, a black sarafan, and a stained leather apron, and a red and white shawl covering the shoulders and hair. A sarafan is a traditional Russian peasant dress. Always.
What does that look like?
Don't know.
I'm
Always.
gonna look it up.
Okay. Always barefooted. A lot of ink work too. They aren't Karcist. Spiritual and secular leaders among the Sarkic organization, Karcists are considered biologically immortal and vary in form and anomalous ability. It is theorized that they are able to control their Holocaust SKBIO entities via the release of complex pheromones. But they still wield a great deal of clout over the Black Lodge. Missive, March 10th, 1995. Cornwall Underground has a literal meaning for the Black Lodge. Is another word beneath Moscow, abandoned Soviet bunkers. The Metro, too. Forgotten crypts, but it runs so much deeper than we knew. There's something downright ancient below. Suffice to say, I think Moscow was built on top of a Sarkic temple. There's a dungeon, rusted torture equipment, pre-revolution, maybe a relic of the time of troubles. Regardless, it looks like the circus sites are continuing the tradition. It's not nearly as deep and ancient as that wretched temple. Might be worth researching what buildings used to exist in general location during the 17th century. Further research suggests that a church, presumably Russian Orthodox, once existed at the site now occupied by the Red Lanterns nightclub. I don't know much about these pet places yet. The information seems to be on a need-to-know basis. But I think I found a weak link in their chain. One of the Great Mothers, let's call her 5. 5 shows signs of senility. She's gentle, friendly, and more importantly, naive. Been able to glean some fairly significant intelligence from her. I can't say how much truth there is to any of it. According to her, the Black Lodge is something both new and old. Like the other Bratva, it began in the gulags in Siberia during, in English, the Bitch Wars, occurring within the Soviet labor camp system between 1945 and around the death of Joseph Stalin in 1953. The Bitch Wars was an internal prison war between Russian criminal underground, or thieves-in-law, and former members who had committed the taboo of collaborating with the government, specifically serving the military during World War II. Officials turned a blind eye, and many were killed. Rape and even cannibalism was said to be common. The survivors would become the modern Russian mafia, or Bratva. Avgust Iosava, father of Vitaly, seems to be responsible for the Black Lodge's resurrection in 1951. Something he encountered in the Siberian wilderness after leading a successful prison break, and that's when the witches sought him out, guided him, showed him what he had forgotten. I asked what she meant by that, but her mind wandered elsewhere. She seemed happy to have someone to listen to her, a chance to feel nostalgic about the old ways. She told me to take this secret and handed me several old and frayed documents, scriptures, but not the originals, notes she must have transcribed from their primary sources. Fragmented, but something I think the researchers would like to see. Going to write this all down. 5 also told me about Moscow's lost history in another time. It was known by a different name, Orok's Fall. A Sarkic settlement where the Saint of War sacrificed himself for the blood of the gods and tyrants. Never cared for the city. Guess there was always something sinister here. As she described the ancient city, her terminology was unusually anatomical in nature, referring to different locations as the heart, lungs, and skull of Orok's Fall. Missive, April 18th, 1995. I am making a special request to have my name as well as what I've done. You'll know it soon enough. Removed from the final report. If I successfully complete my mission and come out of this alive, then I request the immediate application of amnestics. Special request for redaction accepted. Redacted data has also been deemed unnecessary for the understanding GOI 0432 and SCP 2408 anomalies.
Yeah.
Most of my targets have been degenerates and criminals, potential rivals, and the like. But this was different. And Otari, that sick fuck, wanted us to leave a different kind of message. There are other circuit cultists in Moscow, non-Black Lodge. I'm talking oligarchs, government officials. One of them sent word that someone in the Ministry of Internal Affairs, A man named Redacted wanted to crack down on the Black Lodge and was searching for allies among the few straight players left in the city. Target the family, a wife and daughter. Don't kill them. Make an example. A sort of scars that never heal. Dad expunged. Missive, April 22nd, 1995. Spoke with Bob again, still trying to clear my head of what happened. She's not like the others, and I'm beginning to question just how senile she really is. When she speaks of me and her faith, there's a tone of regret. I asked her more about sarcasm. Don't worry, I didn't say the S word. Context 2 Sarcasites referred to their belief system as Nalka, from Proto-Uralic Naxli plus Ka meaning hunger. And when she tells me about Ion, I feel like a child again, listening to my babushka talk about Jesus and the old prophets. Whimsical, and like her skipping over the parts that involve glorified torture and murder. I'm no researcher, historian, or theologian, or whatever, but I think these cults, this sarcasm, didn't begin this way. But I suppose that goes for most religions. 5 talks about honor, friendship, virtue, and liberation. The gentle reindeer folk of Adium against the evil Deva. She's old, but I take it the faith changed long before her. Maybe she has begun to interpret the text differently. Maybe she's wrong, seeing good under layers of madness and atrocity. I can relate. It's always the same. Another failed revolution. Regardless, I suspect 5 is an aberration. Perhaps that is the reason she confided in me. The others talk about the great mothers, say that they can see things. At times, I wonder if she knows who I really am. And then my training tells me to eliminate her. I think I'll ignore that training for now. Besides, no point taking out a source like her. Not yet, at least. P.S. The arena isn't just for initiation. Blood sport disguised as ritual, or maybe ritual disguised as blood sport. 6 enter, only 1 comes out. A lot of folks willing to pay to see and bet on it. Merely wear the skulls of beasts and clean the suits of billionaires. 5's not a fan. It's like listening to people complain about the commercialization of Christmas. I know the Black Lodge has been classified as neo-sarkic, but the Great Mothers are pretty clearly proto-sarkic. They're traditional, celebrate the high holidays, and still think in terms of some greater good. The rest only care about how to make themselves stronger, wealthier, etc. Otari has an animal cunning to him, but he is hardly an intellectual, nor does he appear to be a Karcist, or at least the term hasn't been thrown around at all. Missive, June 1st, 1995. They've got me working the dungeon, but they don't literally call it that. As I said before, I'm certain this place was used well before the revolution. I wonder if the Zaws knew how many they more or less sacrificed on top an altar. Maybe they did. It wouldn't surprise. Sarcasm is a disease and is more curious than we ever imagined. They actually call it the basement's basement, somehow creepier than dungeon. Torture, information gathering, not that it's ever reliable. Examples are made. One last warning not to cross the Black Lodge. Organ harvesting, too. You think these circuit types would have them growing from trees. Sometimes it's just to satisfy Atari's sadism. There's one cell that's different. Asked a Bovic about it. Said he didn't know and that he didn't need to know, so neither did I. Have a door different from the rustic bars of every other cell, built with a small slit to peer through and another for food. Inside, I saw a man, or what was left of him. His face, at least the eyes and nose, were gone. The whole area carved out, and now it's just a gaping hole where it reminded me of a cyclops, like the hole was gazing back at me. Kind of like that tattoo, so they may be related. He was sitting on the floor, nude and cross-legged, a muscular body covered in tattoos, scars, and dried blood. Chain-linked hooks held his body in place, so he couldn't move even if he wanted to. I honestly thought he was dead at first, but I could hear his heavy breathing and see the slow expansion and reduction of his chest. I have no idea what to make of him. Missive, May 6, 1995. 5 let me on a little secret. Atari has a brother by the name of Mikhail, some father, different mother, and he's that half-dead thing in the cell. Apparently, Atari and Mikhail have somewhat of a rivalry. Well, this isn't why Mikhail's been in prison and defaced. 5 was vehement about that. It seems that Mikhail volunteered for some sort of ritual. Things are getting pretty fucked here. Not sure if it's the drugs or not. I'll leave a file with this report. The file was found to contain a venom of an unidentified organism. Further research is pending. I'm seeing things. The angles in the club and everything below are wrong. The architecture gives me a headache if I stare at it too long. Yesterday I woke up in a bathroom stall with a half-eaten woman. The whores at Red Lanterns, they look human one moment, then the next. Well, I know monster isn't really appropriate in this line of work, but not sure how else to describe them. They stare at me with feral, hungry eyes. 5 once called them Rusalki. Water nymphs from Slavic folklore known for using their beauty to lure men into the water and ultimately to their death. I thought she was just being figurative, but now I'm not so sure. They slither off into the back rooms with fresh meat trailing behind. They'll be back an hour later looking satisfied, but the men that go in don't ever come out. And when I watch the pit fights, there are things in the audience that aren't entirely human. There are sounds I can't explain, like a heartbeat sometimes roars. Something from deep below, where all the bloody corpses go. Agent Redacted was declared missing in action on June 28th, 1995. On July... Oh wait, no, it's May 20th, 1995. Whoops. On June 4th, 1995, after much deliberation, raids were conducted against multiple Black Lodge sites, including the Red Lanterns nightclub. During the assault, SCP-2408-1 were directly observed undergoing transfiguration. Despite their aggression and obviously augmented combat prowess, B-1 threat was thoroughly neutralized through the use of incendiary ornaments, with the Foundation unexpectedly suffering only minor casualties. As operations continued, it grew readily apparent that the Black Lodge had provided minimal manpower, a mere fraction of its total population in the region. The mission will result in the discovery of 2408-3. 2408-3 is a megalithic temple complex located in a large cavern deep beneath the city of Moscow, approximately 3,000 years old. It is the oldest standing structure in Russia and is the type site of the Circuit Culture Group. -3's composition comes in two forms: organic and organic. Its inorganic portion encompasses the exterior and is constructed from the stacked megaliths of gabbro, commonly known as black granite. Its anomalous organic portion fills the interior and is composed of bone, muscle, and viscera. Found among the grounds of the complex has a gladiatorial arena and a large altar. From the cavern ceiling dangled the remains of 12 elderly women, apparently disemboweled and hanged via their own intestines. Iron grates on the floor are similar to those found in enemy processing plants and are likely designed to capture blood and general viscera. Essays restricted to level 4 are authorized Citra Archive personnel. SCP-2408-4 is a humanoid organism located directly beneath -3, horizontally positioned with its arms and legs outwardly extended. Entity is apparently disabled, immobile, and likely brain dead. Genetically human, albeit one with many normal dormant genes being expressed. -4 displays many features that do not naturally occur among humans, save for the certain genetic and almost universally fatal deformities. These include a single eye located at the center of the face, flat nasal slit rather than a protruding nose, tusk, horns, and various other corneous protrusions, 3 rows of sharpened teeth, enlarged relative to its size, and heavily muscled jaws. Partial exoskeleton and coincidence with the endoskeleton, both skeletons being anomalously strong, with a tensile strength comparable of carbine. -4's most notable anomaly is its size, with an estimated standing height of 300 meters and a weight of 70,000 to 72,000 tons, far larger than what should have be physically possible for a terrestrial animal. Based upon the unusual length of its arms relative to the rest of its body, -4 likely moved with a gait not dissimilar from that of a gorilla. Further DNA analysis resulted in the discovery of certain inconsistencies, which has resulted in the hypothesis that -4 achieved part of its anomalous biomass through the absorption of potentially more than 100,000 human and non-human organisms. 2408-4 can only be directly accessed via 3 distinct shafts, 2 of which are equipped with mechanical lifts analogous to those used in mining operations. Each shaft connects to a specific region of the body: the skull, the stomach, and the groin. And it's feared that the creation of the further shafts would result in structural instability, potentially endangering a large area of Moscow. The passage to the stomach, which lacks a mechanical lift, appears to directly connect to the arena, ultimately providing 2408-4 with sustenance. The bronze tips of over 3,000 arrows, harpoons, and spears belonging to a wide range of Eurasian cultures have been extracted from its muscle tissue. An exact cause for -4's current disabled state remains unknown, and some portions of the body appear to undergo slow decay, while other parts appear to be regenerating. -4's body is believed to be the source of -2A and -2B. Evidence indicates that prior to its discovery by Foundation operatives, certain -2 producing organs, glands were surgically removed, such as the adrenal gland, pineal gland, testes, and hypothalamus, and likely smuggled out of Moscow by members of GOI-0432. The secure containment of these anomalous organic objects is of the utmost priority. At present, GOI-0432 has expanded its influence while -2B addiction has reached epidemic proportions, with long-time addicts developing unusual physical traits. Examples being lethargy skin, blast sclera, and yellow irises, skeletal protrusions, and various other mutations. Unable to contain all these addicted to -2B, Overwatch has ordered that the capture of humane termination of afflicted individuals at designated kill sites. Remains are to be disposed of per hazardous waste protocols unless authorized for research. This order will remain in effect until -2B is properly contained and/or eliminated. Wow, that was a long one.
It was long. It was long.
Yeah, also, Jiri the Devas. That's a group of interest. That's extinct.
Oh, they're extinct.
Yeah, the Chronicle of Devas is like an SCP showing what they did in the past. And let's just say they did only less worse than what the circuit cults did.
sit down and get my headset on.
What?
Well,
Huh?
All right, I can hear y'all.
Okay.
I.
I
But
was just
yeah,
explaining
I
that.
was listening the whole time. It's just when you were talking, since the name was brought up different times. I thought I'd say what Deva means.
Yeah, I don't think that it probably means different in their religion. I'm just saying in the SCP universe, Devas was an old group of interest that went extinct.
Yeah, and I'm saying
Yeah.
Zoroastrian. It's for false gods, evil spirits, or demons. I believe Zoroastrians are in a small part of Russia.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, they were only slightly less worse than circuit cults. Which does not say much for them.
Anyway, so was there any other major bombshells about these uh these folks
um,
other than the fact that they possibly created 610?
well, in this universe, like 610 in most universes is created by McCain, the Eldritch God. But also the
Mc-
Red Death could also be Red Ice as well. We don't know.
Wait, McCain?
Yeah,
Isn't that like one of the Sarkic deities or
yeah. It was the one who went against the Broken God.
okay, and this is a Sarkic cult.
Yeah.
So you could argue that it was created by said deity through the cult.
Oh, true.
But either way,
Yeah. It was also stated that apparently it's underneath Moscow is a huge like 3,000-year-old temples and arena and stuff where they mainly hold base, well, until the Foundation forced them out.
uh,
And they also said some political officials were Sarkic members.
hmm.
Well, I will applaud the Foundation for getting rid of the bad people.
Yeah,
Um,
I would
hmm.
probably just say maybe just to the continent of Russia, because it doesn't look like they're, well,
Well, they
mainly in
only did
Siberia.
things in Russia, but
Like they only
those things
exist in
probably
Russia.
didn't stay in Russia. Just the group stayed in Russia.
Yeah,
And more importantly, like if our speculation is correct that they did create either
yeah,
610 or red ice, both of those are like particularly dangerous, aren't they?
oh
Like
yeah,
Yes.
610 obviously, like you drop that into an urban population, you could end up losing an entire continent in a
yeah,
few hours.
yeah.
But like what about the red ice?
Red
I
ice
forget.
basically is where if you touch it, any organic material that touches it, it will turn into red ice, and eventually it'll explode to spread more red ice.
Yeah, that's why I was
Yeah.
arguing it shouldn't be listed as just Russia because just because they only stayed in Russia
Yeah,
doesn't mean they
I
don't affect the whole world.
I forgot they also went to Siberia, which also now that I think about it,
Siberia is in Russia.
oh, it is. I thought it was a different country.
No.
Oh my God, Spry.
No.
Siberia is the majority of Russia.
Oh.
It's like Siberia basically describes the majority of Asiatic Russia.
Ah. Yeah.
Right?
Now I think about it, I do remember an SCP article for 610. It talked about how its main location was a big point in Siberia. So.
Yes. Ironically enough, Siberia acts as a pretty good location to contain extremely dangerous shit like that because the primary population in Siberia is fucking caribou or some shit.
Yeah.
Because it's so cold.
Yeah,
So.
like there. The point being, overall, my what I'm getting at is if they are behind SCPs like that,
Yeah.
I think that the lowest category to put them in is continent.
Yeah.
That
And
is the lowest category.
that's what
I
I was gonna agree
I
to.
think it needs to be bigger than continent simply because of the things they've created.
Oh yeah, you kind of missed. There was also a drug they made that's more addictive than heroin, and it does.
Bright, you're
Oh,
not making your argument.
I
You're
There's
know.
like,
I'm
it
just
could only be
realizing
for
yours.
continent.
Yeah.
Also, they made this horrible drug.
Yeah. Basically, also transfigures the body. Hold on. I think you heard it. Not sure.
yeah, I heard the main parts of it.
Like lethargy skin, yellow irises, skeletal protrusions, various other mutations. So eventually it
Yeah,
gets really bad.
uh so I think either like you see, that's the thing. We don't have much between continent and XK because, like, multiple continents could be affected by this. But I feel like, for example, for example, if there was like an over-the-top 610 outbreak, right, that just manages to spread across all of Eurasia,
Mm-hmm.
the Americas might be able to get by just fine.
Yeah.
Maybe saw off Alaska just to be safe, but like it could very feasibly spread to multiple continents that are touching each other, but continents that aren't touching each other might be safe, assuming that they just block absolutely all air traffic
Yeah.
and sea traffic. So,
But Russia does touch Europe.
yeah, Russia's like literally one of the only countries that spans multiple continents. They've
Yeah,
got
it
like
touches both
yeah.
uh, China and uh, Europe. So it
Yeah.
touches both Asia and Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so point being, like, if hypothetically an
Mm-hmm.
over the top 610 outbreak got out, uh, most of Asia and Europe are almost certainly getting completely fucked. Probably Africa too, because there's land bridges
Yeah.
from Asia to Africa, and probably a good bit of the like Indonesian islands because they're close enough to each other.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not going to end the world. It's just going to eliminate multiple continents. So I guess that would be somewhat in the world changing
Yeah. I can
category,
see
or
that.
do we need to just make a new category that's multi-continent?
We can do that. I can add a roll down below.
Yeah, I feel like multi-continent is appropriate.
I
As-
also agree. Multi continent would be appropriate.
and look, let's just be glad that 610 doesn't work like the flood from Halo. Because then we're actually completely fucked.
Wait. Oh my gosh! It changed the fucking world changing. God damn it.
Because, yeah, fun fact, the flood from Halo, every individual, like, quote unquote flood zombie that's created maintains all of their knowledge in that instance and then gets added into a hive mind. So the flood can very easily begin to learn how to use aircraft, vehicles, everything.
Oh.
If their hosts knew how to do it, the flood knows how to do it.
Oh.
So there's a reason why within flood lore, like a single infection form, tiny little chicken-sized thing, has the potential to completely destroy an entire planet.
So this picture I
If
said
less
is
than
from the
chicken.
article. Apparently, we got another Builder Parakeeter.
Why another Build-A-Bear?
Why do we have so many Builder Bears?
I guess people keep building them bears.
Oh my god,
It
there was
is
even a council vote on it.
all right. All right. I'm making an executive decision. The SCP Foundation needs to shut down Build-A-Bear Workshop. It's gone too far.
I don't think they'll listen.
Listen, the SCP Foundation, they have their ways. They can destroy entire corporations in a blink of the eye if they want.
Yeah. Watch like Builder
Yeah.
Bear be like their biggest financial support.
Yeah, it's just that needs to be an SCP.
Mm.
Like the Build-A-Bear Workshop is like used as like an undercover front for some group of interest that's like building anomalous bears, probably like Wondertainment or something. Like there's also like there's already an SCP that basically says that all of the shareholders of like of Amazon are fucking zombies that are completely dedicated to just getting more money for Amazon.
Fair enough.
Anyway, how long is this one? I might want to read it.
It's actually not that long.
Yeah, plus give you a bit of a break after that fucking slog of an article.
It was so long. Yeah, let's
Like
see.
I
Oh, sorry.
like I think I stepped away at like when did my mom text me? My mom texted me at 8:02. I stepped away then. I spent a half hour away. I came back and you had just finished the article.
Yeah.
So that article took at like I want to say roughly 45 minutes for you to read.
Yeah. Also, this nickname is We Are Very Sorry.
Oh no,
What's
that's precious.
what's our number?
2410.
2410.
We are very sorry.
I'm very sorry for killing your family.
You know what? There's at least one Build-A-Bear that's very nice, so maybe this will be a nice one.
Oh
Maybe
yeah,
it'll be murderous, but maybe it'll be nice. We don't know yet.
the one where the Hatchet wanted to strangle the content farm.
Well, it's the
Yeah.
Patchwork Bear. But
Let's not talk.
besides that, let's just also just take a second. I'm getting a bad feeling that this will not be one of said types of bears, considering the image shows a punctured instance of 2410 and it is very visibly bleeding out of its lower half,
Oh
Oh,
no.
which is, kind of creepy, kind of unsettling.
Yeah.
please don't be. Please, please don't be suffering, Build-A-Bear baby. The fuck is wrong with
Okay.
me? Just read it, Hatchet.
Level 3 slash 2410. Object class Keter. Special containment procedures. Foundation web crawlers and agents in municipal police forces are to intercept reports of possible 2410 manifestations and bring them to Foundation attention. Social media posts and emergency services calls regarding 2410 are to be censored, and all affiliated individuals are to be apprehended for questioning and administered amnestics. Instances of 2410 are to be incinerated with the approval of any personnel with level 3 3/2410 or greater clearance. Foundation agents embedded. Don't mind me just having a casual stroke for a second. Foundation agents embedded in toy manufacturing quality assurance contractors are to regularly sample teddy bears across all known manufacturers in search of a pattern for 2410 manifestations. Description: 2410 refers to stuffed bears that have experienced an ectoentropic phenomenon wherein the materials that previously filled the bears are instantaneously replaced with atomically correct internals for a bear of that size. This includes muscle tissue, bone, a complete set of internal organs, a circulatory system, and bodily fluids such as blood and bile. Despite possessing a complete and working anatomy, no biological processes take place within the bears, and none of the organ systems connect to external orifices. While minor differences in density and weight can be observed between affected and unaffected bears, these changes are inconsequential and often go unnoticed until an affected bear has been damaged in a sufficient manner. Upon being exposed to the environment, the instance will begin to decay at a rate that is typical for non-anomalous flesh and displays no further anomalous activity. Alright, so I can guess where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
Addendum 2410-A, Discovery Log. Nicholas Hart, a 6-year-old boy from, what's that? Isn't that pronounced Sioux? Sioux Falls? That's
Maybe?
the, that's the Native American tribe, the Sioux, isn't it? I think that's how that's spelled. South Dakota. Okay, yeah. From Sioux Falls, South Dakota, called 911 on the 18th of March, 1979. The following is a transcription of the initial recovery between, or the initial conversation between Nicholas Hart and Tammy White, a Sioux Falls police dispatcher. Begin log. White. 911, what is your emergency? Uncontrolled sobbing.
Well, they're a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hello? Is someone there? Can you hear me? Are you hurt? Between sobs. He's dead! Jiffy is dead! I'm sorry, young man, but I need to ask you to calm down so that I can understand you. Is someone hurt? Continued heavy sobs. Jiffy! White. I'm sorry, I still can't understand you very well. I need you to calm down and tell me what is going on. Take a deep breath. Inhales deeply. I was playing with Jiffy outside, even though Mom says I'm not allowed to bring my toys outside. And we were running in the yard, and I wanted to go play in the woods so that Jiffy could see the woods. And wait. Jiffy is a toy? He's my teddy. Honey, you can't call 911 just because you broke one of your toys. That's not an emergency. Are either of your parents around? Still crying. No, Jiffy needs a doctor right now. He got stuck on the fence and his insides fell out and they're all over the ground. He's hurt. You need to help him. White inhales sharply. All right, I'll send an officer to go talk to your parents and help Jiffy. Does that sound okay to you? Please, he's dying.
I get both the police officer and the child's perspective.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
The
like
police officer doesn't know they're literally dying.
yeah, that the the dispatcher is just a kid broke his toy. The kid is seeing his toy punctured with blood going all over the place. An officer arrived on the scene to find Nicholas Hart in the backyard of his house with his parents, with his parents, all of whom were surrounding an instance of 2410, which had been ripped open across the abdomen by a chain link fence, disemboweling it. This was the first known report of an instance of 2410, and this call was reported to the Foundation when a field agent embedded in the municipal police department became aware bleh, became aware of the story. All involved parties were amnesticized, and the bear was replaced with an identical replica. Aww. At least they replaced the bear. See, the
Yeah,
SCP
imagine how
Foundation.
traumatizing that must be.
You see, sometimes the SCP Foundation does care. They replaced the bear from A. Rotowski. Oh, it's fucking. This is just an email. Ethics Committee proposal regarding 2410 containment. As of June the 2nd, 2018, there have been nearly 80,000 confirmed cases of SCP 2410, the vast majority of which have been discovered by children. According to initial psychological evaluations of these children, nearly 75% of them develop cases of juvenile generalized anxiety disorder, major depressive disorder, or post traumatic stress disorder that persist even after anesthetization.
I'm guessing when it's discovered, it's because the bear is dying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was like mentioned that most instances go unnoticed until some kind of uh um sufficient injury happens to the bear that causes its anomalous non-functioning biological organs to start coming out. Either
Yeah.
way, they're not actually alive. They're just all of their stuffing is replaced with atomically correct bear parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to the child, it probably seems like their
Yeah.
best friend ever is
Oh yeah.
dying,
Yeah,
literally.
like yeah, absolutely. Like to the kids, their friend is dead. Their friend is dying in front of them.
Yeah.
It is the
So,
position of
well, I understand an adult
Mhm.
would be like, I wonder why that's happening.
yeah.
Realistically, to the child, they think their friend is literally dying. And that's
Yeah.
probably not what you want a 6-year-old to see. Oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
hope none of them are like 4 or something. Oh no.
Probably are instances like that. But what like with fucking what was it, 80,000 confirmed cases? Yeah, most likely.
Oh yeah.
I could
It
just
is.
imagine, even after they get you anesthetized, they're like, no, Rick, don't walk over there. What if you get stabbed and everything falls out? Like, what?
Oh, yeah. It is the position of the Ethics Committee that this is an unacceptable level of human suffering, and as such, we are proposing that the containment procedures of SCP 2410 be amended to correct this egregious oversight. The Ethics Committee are hereby proposing that all children who are to be administered amnestics as a result of 2410 exposure are also to be psychologically evaluated at the nearest site and enrolled in psychological counseling if appropriate. Director Angela Rotowski, Foundation Ethics Committee, Secure, Contain, Protect. Addendum 2410-C. O5 Council vote on the proposal by the Ethics Committee. Yes, no, abstain. Motion denied. Oh, fuck you, O5s. Fuck you.
You!
Fuck
Sorry.
you.
Here's the thing. It's rare for 0513 to not abstain. So it's they say no.
Well, yeah, but what about the other no's?
Yeah, so I would like to officially announce that ACAB includes 05, 1, 2, 8, 11, and 13. And we're also going to put you're on my shit list to 3, 4, 6, and 7 for abstaining. Fuck these people. Get the kids therapy, you pieces of shit.
Jeez,
Yeah,
imagine like a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 5-year-old going, "This is my best friend ever."
yeah.
They see their insides fall out. Their best friend's
Uh,
dying.
okay, so Kieran in chat, the O5 Council is the
Mhm.
overarching like heads of the SCP Foundation. So this vote is basically the leaders of the SCP Foundation saying no to giving the kids who see their stuffed bears ripped open with blood coming out therapy.
Yeah.
Blood and internal
Yeah,
organs.
and viscera, like all the organs. Like
Yeah.
this, this is presumably 9 adults in positions of power deciding that we shouldn't do anything to help traumatized children.
Mind you, the only child we heard the story of was like, what, a 5 or 6 year old?
Yeah.
And they said the people who mainly find these bears are small children, meaning there's
Yeah,
probably children younger than that who found their bear, they played with it and loved it with all the might of a child, then saw their best friend other ever supposedly die. These bears are not actually alive, but they're children. Do you think they
yeah,
know that? They don't rot or anything until they're torn to a
Mm-hmm.
certain degree, and
yeah,
then they
and then
they rot
yeah,
rapidly. So the
Yeah.
kids,
they
their best friends dying.
well, not abnormally rapidly. They rot at the same rate as non-anomalous flesh, but yeah,
Yeah.
they rot.
Yeah. Also, with the head of the foundation, there are rare instances that the administrator is the head and the ethics committee is the head. It's rare, though.
So anyway,
Yeah.
accessing content. This is Ratowski's, uh, I guess, response to the O5 Council decision.
No, it's from the O5.
Oh, is it actually from the O5?
Yeah, from
To
051.
oh yeah, it's to Ratowski. Okay. Dr. Ratowski. How do I give him the most obnoxious and terrible person voice possible? Got it.
I can do it.
No, I got it. I got it. The ethics committee concern for those affected negatively by SCP 2410 is certainly admirable, but regrettably, the O5 Council will not be adopting the proposed alterations to the current containment procedures. They're just not plausible. Sorry. Our purpose is to preserve consensus normalcy. It is not our responsibility to care for what can go unnoticed by society. Yes, the honest, everyday folk, they don't need to worry about children suffering. Those affected do not retain any memories of the anomaly nor interactions with the Foundation after being processed and released. Our involvement ends there. Furthermore, the scope of this emotional trauma is beyond what the Foundation is able to respond to. The sudden and unexplained enrollment of tens of thousands of children into juvenile counseling systems across the world is a direct threat to normalcy. Yes, we must protect normalcy. Normalcy. We cannot jeopardize the veil to deal with moral issues that fall outside our jurisdiction and threaten our goals as an organization. We die in the dark. What happens in the light is none of our concern. What, anyway, yeah, okay. It's definitely not a threat to normalcy to have an exponential increase in people with generalized anxiety disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, and general depressive disorder. That is in no way a
Yeah.
threat to normalcy. But what is a threat to normalcy is helping those people. Yeah, fuck the O5 Council.
At
Fuck these
first,
people.
at first I thought, oh, this is probably going to hurt like a very small group. Then I saw 80,000. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you see, that's the thing. Like, that's the issue. How do we rank this? Because like most of the conceit in like how we rank these things is that they're causing physical death or severe harm. This is causing severe harm, but it ain't physical, it's emotional,
Yeah.
it's trauma. So where the fuck do we put this?
It's definitely doing harm, but
Yeah.
not physical harm, but it's harm.
Yeah. So like it definitely shouldn't go and reassign,
Yeah.
obviously. Like it's actually causing harm. It obviously doesn't go in spood tier because this is just sad.
Yeah.
If we go more loosey goosey and decide that we're looking at just like the potential of it harming people rather than it killing people, which I don't know like if we've been consistent on that in the past, come to think of it.
I think we should probably do that. Like, if a cater, like, it does harm, like mental harm, but it doesn't do killing, we can just do it based on harm instead of killing. So I
Yeah,
think
then
that'll
in
make it
that
more fair.
case,
That way,
then
we
in
can have
that
the
case,
yes, Lee.
at the very
Yes.
in that case, at the very least, with the number of 80,000 confirmed cases, that's at least the population of a city. That's a
Oh yeah.
city's worth of children that are traumatized.
And like it's growing.
Yeah, because like they have no way to contain this. The L5 Council doesn't want to lift a finger to help people. So I guess that's the main question. We don't know whether or not these cases extend outside of the United States.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to guess that they do. They probably extend to anywhere where there are mass-produced teddy bears.
Mm-hmm.
Or anywhere where there's something like Build-A-Bear. Let me look at
Oh
how
God!
far-reaching is Build-A-Bear.
Imagine like you're making a build a bear in the workshop, and all of a sudden, it guts
Oh
start
God!
bleeding.
Oh God!
Because you have to open it up to put the stuffing in.
Yeah, and then from that, like, I think the thing is trying to determine like the numbers rather than like just how many like people like if like 5 children in I don't know, fuck it, Uzbekistan
Mm-hmm.
have this. I don't think we can say that it's the whole country,
Oh
but
yeah.
we need to
There we
factor that
go. I
in.
looked it up. Build-A-Bear is in the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, Ireland, France, Australia, Asia, basically all of Europe, Africa, and the Middle East.
Huh.
Yeah. So
Also in
I
Puerto Rico, and okay, yeah, that's it.
Ah.
okay, so at the very least within the article itself,
Mm-hmm.
we have at least a city's worth of children traumatized.
Oh yeah.
And there's like no means to stop this from happening. That number is just going to continue to rise. I think it's fair if we put it into country.
Yeah.
Eventually, there will be a country's worth of children who have been traumatized because their bear was ripped open and blood and guts spilled everywhere.
I just realized something horrible.
Technically, like, by the time it reaches that much, it would be countries worth of traumatized adults that used to be traumatized children.
I
True.
just
Yeah.
realized something horrible. It does not say in the article that it doesn't harm a child twice. It
No!
doesn't state that.
Oh. Oh no.
No!
Oh no. Yeah, so there's I mean, we have absolutely no way to calculate how likely it is, but there's absolutely the
No!
chance of
Yeah.
a kid ending up with the worst luck imaginable and getting multiple blood and guts bears
Yeah.
in their
Oh
life.
no!
And then who knows, maybe their children will be given a hand-me-down blood and guts bear that spills open for those children. What
Yeah.
fun! I love fast-tracking generational trauma using blood and guts
Oh
bears.
no! By then it'd be like, here
Oh.
you go, your grandma gave this to me, and I had it when I was your to you. This is a family heirloom.
Yeah.
Child thinks they murdered the family heirloom.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the next SCP was changed from when I
Yeah, I
last
just
got
saw
the
that.
numbers.
Uh yeah, Kieran, yeah, basically we're saying that since it's entirely random, statistically speaking, there's almost certainly been cases of kids having multiple blood and guts bears.
Yeah.
I
It's,
love how we've just I love how I've just established that we're calling them blood and guts bears.
yeah.
Oh. Anyway, I will reiterate. I would like to reiterate. Fuck 05-1 2 8 11 13 3 4 6 and 7. Fuck them.
Fair enough.
ACAB includes those 05s. I mean, arguably, it could probably include all of the Foundation, but right now we're focusing on them.
Yeah, it's so fucked that it does not clarify. It cannot happen more than once to one person. It's that I just realized that SB is more fucked.
Those poor children. That
Oh
bear
man,
needs to be burned.
anti-fascist chop
Kill it
chop
with
isn't
fire.
follower emotes, it's a sub emote, and I'm not sub. Damn it, I can't use anti-fascist chop chop. You see, that's the thing. Like the bears are like of no like fault here. It's literally just like a phenomena happening from what we can tell.
Yeah.
There's no intent behind it. Like,
Yeah, it says it happens after the bears are made, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's after the bears are made. It
Oh,
just
okay.
spontaneously happens. Oh, do you think that the first part of that article is a cover article?
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting.
Okay. So we got something kind of similar to uh
Bigfoot.
1000 except
Yeah.
it's like we got something similar to 1000 except they alter the containment procedures for those who aren't in the know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like to put it in another way, here's how I would describe this. This is an overarching, incredibly powerful government body deciding, you know what? We're not going to provide tornado aid to the small town that just got obliterated by a tornado. We're not going to give them relief aid.
Are you talking about Trump?
Well,
Mm.
well, yes, but I'm just speaking more broadly. I was going to a more broad like example.
Sorry,
Well,
he literally did that
yeah,
after
with
becoming president. So
the
I
California
thought,
fires, yeah. But yeah, point being that is what the O5 Council is doing. It's just that. It's them refusing to give relief aid to people who have just been traumatized and had a whole bunch of their lives screwed over by effectively a natural disaster in the form of an anomalous phenomena.
Yeah. And first when I was reading, I was like, "Oh, this is probably gonna." Hearing you reading, this is probably gonna go and reassigned or very
Yeah,
low tier, and then went
yeah,
to shit.
that's like yeah, like that was my initial thoughts too. I was guessing that this was gonna go in what the fuck. But no, the O5 Council like the article like very logically went in a certain direction. That makes sense. And the O5 Council just reaffirmed the fact that I fucking hate their goddamn guts.
you know what? That's valid.
Since when has what happens in the light been not been of their concern? They care about what happens in the light all the goddamn time.
But suddenly, when
It's
it's
just
a child
bullshit.
being traumatized, they don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like they care about the anomaly itself, but when it's the effects of an anomaly long term on a person's life, that doesn't matter because it's non-anomalous fucking trauma. Fuck these people.
Are you
Anyway,
okay?
I'm I'm very upset. That that decision from the O5 Council really pissed me off.
Yeah. Also, I put a picture of the next anomaly in chat.
Yeah. It's anomaly. Anomaly. Did I say anomaly?
Yes.
I kind
I
of figured you were slurring with anger.
yeah, basically. Is but yeah, it's just Peppy, do not you little fuck, you are not gonna attack my stuff.
Yeah. So,
I love you.
Jerry, do you want to read the last SCP of the night? It's short.
Sure.
Oh, is stream gonna be cutting off earlier?
Yeah, because I got work tomorrow morning.
Oh, then in that case, I might stream after this.
Yeah, the next SCP is Eternal Affairs. It's the next number after 2410 is 2411.
Internal Affairs, how fun.
All right. Item 2411. 2411. Object class neutralized. Okay. Special containment procedures. 2411 is to be kept unloaded, fitted with a custom built lock, and secured in a low value item storage locker at Site 30. Update. Following its neutralization, record of SCP-2411, including its testing log, is to be maintained in the event that anomalous objects with similar or identical properties are discovered. What? Sorry, I was clicking things. Description. SCP-2411 resembles a typical redacted model redacted snub-nosed revolver. It can be unloaded, loaded, fired, disassembled, and reassembled as normal. The only physical alteration from a standard model is the phrase "for internal use only," inscribed where a serial number would usually be. It appears to have the anomalous property of causing the instantaneous death of multiple subjects. This means of triggering the means of triggering the anomalous property or determining its targets are unknown. SCP-2411 was recovered following a homicide investigation in Redacted, where 4 employees of a small insurance company were found dead of gunshot wounds in the forehead. The 5th and final employee was found dead at their home in what appeared to be a suicide unrelated to firearms. Police found writings of this employee's home indicating homicidal intent towards their coworkers, making him the initial suspect in their investigation. But they were unable to place the 5th employee at the scene of the crime. They were unable to find witnesses who had seen or heard the shooting in a busy part of town in broad daylight or explain the perfectly identical facial injuries with no physical traces such as casings or bullets. Local investigators local investigators appeal for help from federal authorities, which led to Foundation involvement and recovery of SCP-2411 from the home of the 5th employee. Testing with the SCP-2411 has been able to replicate the effects due to the concerns that it could come into the possession of an entity capable of reactivating its properties. 2411 was disassembled and its material components were individually destroyed on Redacted. SCP-2411 is now considered neutralized. By Site Director Command, Redacted, the testing log SCP-2411 is restricted to Security Level 4 personnel and above only. So it cannot hurt anyone. It's literally melted into.
There's more.
There's more. There's
okay.
access granted and then access
Yeah,
granted.
I have it open. Yeah. Containment class Keter, and disruption class Connect. Risk class Critical.
Hey, Jerry, do you want me to read what those mean? The
Yeah,
disruption class.
the Connect.
Alright, Connect is the known or potential disruption that would be extended to a number of people roughly defined as a city. The anomalous effects could spread with fairly significant speed, fast enough to cause concern. Foundation would find it moderately difficult to neutralize its effects. And the critical...
How about the risk class level?
The critical is, this risk class should only be chosen when the object's effects will be near instant or extremely severe. It does not necessarily need to cause an actual death, but the death is incredibly likely and expected. Any individual nearby will feel the effects near instantly, and the possibility of recovery is impossible.
You know what? That makes sense. Special containment procedures. SCP-2411 is to be locked inside a secure, opaque container placed in a high-value item storage room in Site-30. This room is accessible only by the site director when accompanied by at least 2 other Level 4 personnel. This custom-built lock on Site-2411 is to not, on SCP-2411 is to not be removed without approval of the Level 5 personnel. Foundation personnel are not permitted to directly handle SCP-411 under any circumstances. 2 guards are to be posted outside of the storage room at all times. Under no circumstances are researchers or legal counsel will have participated in experiments with SCP-2411 and are aware of its properties are to be allowed access to Site-30. Description: SCP-2411 resembles a redacted snub-nosed revolver. The only physical alteration from a standard model is the phrase for internal use, inscribed where a serial number would usually be. When a person who is employed by a company for the user places the end of the SCP in their mouth and pulls the trigger, it results in the instantaneous death of all other company or organization they belong. Oh!
Jesus!
Oh, that's spicy!
By the way, Jerry, you're cutting in and out a bit.
Yeah, I was
I
about to
want
say
to.
something.
Yeah, I might want
Okay,
to
let
exit
me
and
just-
rejoin.
That's already fucked.
Do I sound better now?
Yes.
Yeah, you sound better.
Okay, I thought that might be. That's magical. Okay, let me keep reading. When a person who is employed by a company or organization, henceforth the user, places the end of the. Oh, yeah, I already read that part, sorry. The cause of death appears to be a gunshot wound to the forehead, though no cause of this injury can be found. SCP-2411 can be unloaded and still produce this effect, meaning it does not necessarily kill the user. Oh gosh. So it kills everyone but the user if it's not loaded?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Damn.
Implications of SCP-2411's anomalous properties were not understood at the time of its recovery. Standard testing with D-Class personnel being found considered before the
Bless you.
sorry.
Bless you.
Standard testing with the D-Class personnel was being considered before the Ethics Committee flagged testing with the SCP-2411 for review by the Foundation's legal department. The legal department determined that D-Class personnel, for purposes of SCP-2411's hypothetical effects, were to be considered employees of the Foundation. Accordingly, if testing had proceeded with the D-Class personnel using 2411 as intended, it likely would have resulted in the instantaneous death of all persons currently employed by the Foundation. Oh!
That would
Yeah.
be horrible.
It's like, okay, how about we have the serial killer use this? It's like, no. If you do that, it could kill everyone.
We're all die.
Yeah, okay. Oh gosh. Emergency testing was conducted with prison inmates from the redacted correctional facility who were not granted D-Class status. Representatives from the Foundation's legal department joined researchers to provide legally valid employment contracts, certificates, or incorporation, and other forms of documentation as needed. The following observations were: SCP-2411 has no effect when the user is an unemployed person. 2411 has no effect when fitted with a custom-built lock that would impede the normal function of a firearm. If a corporation was legally dissolved, SCP-2411 would have no effect when the user used by any for I mean, it would have no effect when used by any former employees. 2411 may affect proprietorships, partnerships, corporations, not-for-profits, charitable or religious organizations, and government. Oh, are you saying you could shoot yourself as a member of one government and it might kill all of the staff of that government?
Wow.
Oh,
Hmm.
oh,
Spicy.
okay. Verbal contracts were recognized as valid by SCP-2411. SCP-2411 has no effects if an employed user resigns, quits, retires, or is fired from their position before pulling the trigger. Verbal indication of termination of contract from either of the employee or their employer is sufficient to avoid the lethal effect. 2411 must be in a user's mouth to produce its effect. Researchers opted not to explore the potential of its function when the item is in any other orifice.
All right, D class, listen. Shove this gun up your ass.
A user who is an entry-level employee can cause the death of upper management and vice versa. Oh yeah, you could kill your boss by shoving a gun up your mouth. Payment is not necessary to qualify as an employee, but unpaid interns are not subject to the effect of SCP-2411. Sorry. Legal counsel drafted a charter document for Procedure Certain and Suspect Foundation, which included a provision allowing for the conscription of Class Z personnel. When used by Class Z personnel, all members of the PCS Foundation were affected, including overseeing members of the 5 Council. This appears to confirm the hypothesis about the dangers of testing SCP-2411 with D-Class personnel. Did they make a miniature fake foundation?
Oh no,
Yes.
oh no. I see the next one already.
Oh no, this one's looking like it'll be interesting.
One user was a long-time member of Redacted Gang, a white supremacist organization active in and out of several prisons in Redacted State. The sudden death of all members of the gang, an estimated redacted people, was explained by disinformation campaign as a high-precision operation orchestrated by a rival gang. This is the highest number of known victims of a single use of SCP-2411. A user who was acting as a mole would harm the organization they had infiltrated, but not the one which assigned them the mission. In other words, if the user retained a secret loyalty to was technically employed by Company B, their use of SCP-2411 would cause the deaths of Company B's personnel. You know what? I can't be angry at the SCP Foundation for testing it on supremacists. I
Though
want to be angry, but I can't.
Though to be fair, it kind of sounds like it was an incidental
Yeah.
issue. I feel like the SCP Foundation, if they had like purposefully like known that this person was a member of said gang, they wouldn't have used him. Because that sounds like an absolute headache to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Presumably hundreds of people dropping dead suddenly. judging by the length of that redacted people part.
Yeah.
Keelan, the people who are not affected are people who are unemployed or people who are retired.
Yeah.
That's it. If you're part of
Okay.
a group, you are affected.
Yes.
Unless you are an intern. Interns are not affected. You
Yeah,
need
unpaid.
to get paid to be affected.
Oh no, it said that pay is not required, but for whatever reason, unpaid interns still don't get counted.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you don't. I think unpaid interns are not affected because they're less treated like official members, and they're typically used as temporary workforce slavery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's basically a contractor that you don't pay, so they're not technically a
Yeah, and they
employee of
always
the place
work
they're
them harder
working.
than they would their actual employees.
Yeah.
This is just one of the reasons we have an ethics committee checking our work, people. You can't go blindly testing things on D class and think it's never going to bite you in the ass. If one of them had used this, well, I'd hate to think of a world without a foundation. Just imagine if this fell into the hands of a depressed government employee. Oh, fuck. Or hell, some fry cook at redacted. Given
I think
the
that's
only way
McDonald's.
to guarantee our safety seems to be making us all unpaid interns, I'm submitting a request of decommission this thing as soon as possible. Dr. Lorenstein.
I think that redacted is McDonald's. Oh no.
Just every
Oh no.
McDonald's, they're just a bunch of corpses.
Oh no.
And since some McDonald's hires children
Oh
illegally,
no.
but still,
Oh yeah, holy fuck. Does it did it mention whether or not it applies to like illegal employees?
No.
Like employees
employees
that
still
were not
employee. They
legally.
recognize verbal contracts.
Oh yeah, so yeah, that's oh boy, that's fun. Anyway,
There
I'll
was some
try.
debate regarding proper object classification for SCP-2411. While the object itself poses no apparent risk or containment breach, which would be met with the definition of safe, some staff members argued that the threat it posed to the Foundation's existence meant research into its neutralization was imperative, a course of action usually reserved for Keter objects. Dr. Lorenstein, lead researcher of 2411, requested that the basic containment procedures be fabricated to prevent widespread organizational knowledge of the item's anomalous effects. Site director Wetz approved this request on November 5th of 2016 and classified SCP-2411 as a Keter class object pending neutralization. A request to decommission SCP-2411 was submitted to the O5 Council on redacted. The Council the Council unanimously voted to decommission SCP-2411 on redacted. Decommission was carried out on redacted, and SCP-2411 is now considered neutralized. Transcripts of O5's deliberation are available to one person of security clearance level 5 overseeing of the region containing Site 30 only. All right, now let's read this. First of all, let me say congratulations on your promotion to senior staff. You hold a special position of trust and recognition for your unfaltering loyalty and commitment to the Foundation. At the same time, you've proven yourself intelligent enough to understand that we've had to keep some things hidden from our own personnel. As such, expect to know where this is going. I mean, I expect you to know where this is going. SCP-2411 was not decommissioned. Oh, fuck. It's been hidden away someplace where no one person knows exactly how to reach it, but it's under the control of the O5 Council. This was far from this was far from a unanimous decision. In fact, I voted against it. But here we are. There may soon come a time when an organization threatens the Foundation, the planet, or a baseline reality to a degree beyond anything we've seen before. I apologize that I cannot be more specific, but you will understand when the moment arrives. You will betray the Foundation and offer your services to them. As senior staff, you will have a wealth of information they can put to use. All I ask in return is a guarantee of your safety and payment for your cooperation. Preferably something in writing, a contract, if you will. Once we know that you have become one of them, and made sure to terminate your employment with the Foundation, SCP 2411 will be delivered to you. We will trust you know what to do. At this point, you have surely noticed every prior level of documentation has contained fabrications to minimize the risk produced by the object's existence. Perhaps you believe, with good reason, that you're still not being told the full story. Maybe you don't buy the idea that the object would leave its user unharmed. Perhaps it's just something we included at the lower levels to ensure that you do not hesitate out of misplaced sense of self-preservation when we need you to pull the trigger. It may be the case that nothing I can say will convince you that you will survive if you use SCP-2411. Regardless, I hope that is a risk you are willing to take if the Foundation's existence depended on you. We don't get many trump cards. I suppose it would have been a shame to throw this one away. 0511.
Hmm. Now this is an interesting one.
I'm kind of thinking world changing because if government employees were to get their hands on it, they could really fuck up shit.
Yeah, one non-existent bullet, one pull of the trigger could destroy an entire organization. In fact,
Yeah.
think of this. If someone's part of the mustache party, it would kill people and they pulled the bullet. It would affect people in multiple countries.
Yeah, basically
Yeah.
any plants or spies that are in direct relations with them. They're yeah, so as long as
There's
there's like
nothing lower than world changing. It's world changing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the main thing, especially since, you know, for one, this is a fucking awesome article.
Yeah.
I love the layers of deception with safe neutralized. Well, it's actually Keter but neutralized. Oh, by the way, you, the person reading this document, yeah, it's your job to use this to fuck over any organizations we need you to. Happy hunting.
Yeah.
This was a really good article. Besides that, I yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with world changing. Um, Obviously, you know, if there are the right hands for this thing to be in right now, it's in them.
Yeah.
But hypothetically, it getting into the wrong hands uh, can spell either doom or great help to the whole world.
Oh god, I just realized if this got enhanced with chaos insurgency.
Oh, yeah. Now, listen, here's my proposal. Here's my proposal as presumably some kind of random offshoot of the Serpent's Hand.
Mm-hmm.
We get this SCP. We have someone infiltrate the KKK and use it.
That would be fine.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
There's
know it
like
wouldn't affect
there's
any of my family members.
oh yeah. And let's just be frank, if it was to affect any of our distant familial relations, has the world lost much?
No.
Regardless.
No.
Either way, yeah. World changing appropriate with this. This was actually one of the coolest articles I've heard in a while.
And
Man,
it
it'd be
didn't
nice if it
involve
only
traumatizing
rich.
children, then ignoring the trauma.
Yeah. This stream has been a roller coaster. We had 4 SCPs. We 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 had what was the first one again? My brain just died.
The
Oh yeah,
destroyed airship.
the destroyer. So we've got a really spooky extraterrestrial threat written by terrible person. Then I leave, but we have Sarkic cult that could and end up leading to the destruction of entire continents. Then we have a whole bunch of traumatized children. Then we have the means to kill anyone in any organization instantly.
Yeah.
This was a very productive meeting of the Keter class reviewer council.
There's actually one thing I forgot. You know how they're saying they want to destroy the destroyer? If they
Yeah.
do, it would disrupt time, because in Ouroboros cycle in that universe, basically the destroyer is used to kill the broken god.
Oh,
So if it's destroyed, there's
fun.
nothing to stop the broken god.
Oh yeah, and wasn't the Ouroboros cycle written by Cactus?
Yeah.
I'm not
You
gonna
know
lie, it's
what?
still
I still think they should kick that person and keep the articles they wrote.
Yeah.
honestly, yeah.
The longer they keep him there, the more it dirties and sullies the things he wrote.
Yeah, and even then, like if he says, you know, if he out of spite goes, "Hey, take all of my articles down." Okay. Like it'd be a shame. We'd lose a lot of really good work, but fuck him. The
Yeah.
Yeah.
SCP community as a whole deserves to be safe from pieces of shit like that.
Yeah.
And
It
having
does.
him in any position of any sort of authority is
And you know what? The
grossly
doctor may
irresponsible.
be popular, but he can be replaced.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like this guy having any position of power in this fandom is a gross oversight,
Yeah,
to say the very
I'm not
least.
sure if you actually saw the full video hatchet that I sent you.
I didn't, but you gave me the Cliff Notes version.
Yeah, there's more in that than in Cliff Notes.
Yeah. So, anyway, put that aside.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, this has been a very productive usage of our time. Yeah, I think I am going to stream for a couple hours.
Okay.
Do you want to try rating me? Because I'm
Yeah.
probably going to restart my computer and
Yeah,
come
I'll
back.
read you.
Okay, then I will restart my computer real quick and rejoin as I'm setting up my stream.
Got it.
Restarting in 3, 2, 1, and now.
Wait, why is that just still here if their computer's restarted?
It's probably a Discord glitch.
We got the glitch. Let's see. I'm kind of curious on what the next SCP is. Make sure I didn't skip any heaters or some got changed.
Nice seeing you, Bright. Y'all subscribe to her YouTube channel too. She's also got a Discord. Hope everyone enjoyed the stream.
Thank you, Keelan. So going forward.
I am back from restart.
Alright.
So I shall now begin setting up my stream. Okay. Besides that, how is everyone right now? How are y'all doing? How are y'all feeling?
I'm feeling pretty well.
I'm good.
I'm just making sure I didn't skip any other keeters before going to next keter for next stream.
Fair, fair. Yeah, tonight has been a bit of an emotional roller coaster. I will apparently be the only one streaming Hades 2 at the moment.
Damn.
So anyone who wants to watch Hades 2 will come directly to me. I have monopoly on Hades 2 for a very short period of time.
Oh, what the fuck?
What?
This one's gonna be hell. What the
What?
What's wrong?
I'm gonna show it. Just look at the top of the page for this SCP.
Oh, I'm no longer watching Discord stream.
I cut it off, so I put it back.
What the flying fuck? So I guess this is one of those SCPs where the SCP itself fucks with the fucking article. That looks like a copy pasta.
Yeah, it does. It literally does. First thing to me, procedures first paragraph. What about these assholes? I just want to tell them. Fuck off, squid face.
Sounds like some in-universe slur from SpongeBob.
Okay, that one's gonna be fun. That one's gonna be fun to read.
Okay, I call reading that so that I can just give it the most unhinged voice imaginable. Gonna do my weird Nixon impression.
So yeah, I guess I gotta open your stream up, Hatchet.
Yeah, I am typing my tweet and about to actually press the go live button.
Anyway, good night. I'm gonna.
Alright, see you later, Jiri.
Yeah, what were you about to say?
Hatchet.
Yeah, I am typing my Jerry? Oh. Well, shit.
They left. Yeah, also, that I know next week, Wednesday, uh, I'll have night shift, so we won't be able to do the collab. I'm not sure about the Wednesday after that, because I am going to be helping this other VTuber doing this charity event as a co-host.
Gotcha.
So yeah, but I'll let you know beforehand if I'll be there or not for the collab or collab.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll probably want to just like inform me earlier, like
Yeah.
or closer to the time.
Mm-hmm.
Very distracted right now.
Yeah. What I do know is that Thursday will still be open. So,
Yeah. Let's see. What did I title my stream? I'm titling my stream just "I'm a kill Prometheus."
Nice.
This guy is pissing me off. I have come like, yeah, for reference, Prometheus is like one of the major bosses in
Mm-hmm.
like what we have of Hades 2 thus far, and he has fucking killed me within an inch of his own death multiple times now. Like, if I didn't fuck
this
up right
place
at the
down.
end and get hit like one more time, he would have been dead. But no, I keep choking and he keeps murdering me right before I kill him.
Oh my gosh, I'm seeing the VOD of the stream from yesterday. I remember the clown one where it was just nothing but anomalies.
Yeah.
Like I
And
said,
then
it
I
was
and then
possible.
and then technically stairs was also nothing but anomalies, but we didn't see them.
Right? Like, I said it was possible, but it was rare. We somehow got both rare occurrences.
Yeah. Yes. Or early
Yeah,
access Hades 2.
yeah. I'm still hoping that they finish the other two maps soon.
Yeah. Okay. Copy that. Press done there. Post. Start streaming. Alright, I have begun the stream.
Nice.
I'm in whatever the fuck starting soon screen.
Oh, your shield mode's on. Oh wait, now it's not.
Yeah, that would be Siri bot taking a couple seconds to register that I had started. Let me post in your server. Community content. At go to. There we are. Alrighty. That should be good. Okay.
I'm now posting my raid words.
Okay, I can't see them, so I'm not spoiled to them. Let's see, I need to actually get open my model. There's my lovely fishy self.
Yeah, you have any last words for my stream?
Right. My last words for your stream are um fuck the O5 council. Get the children therapy.
Anyways, Danger Noodles, I hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you guys next time for your next mission. Treat Hatchet with something. And see you guys later. Wait, I didn't even
What?
put the raid in.
Treat Hatchet with something. Okay. I'm glad to learn that I'm worth something. Don't know what something entails in this case, but at least it's something.
I misspelled your name, so the raid even failed.
How do you miss it? We've been friends for like three or 4 years now, right?
I forgot to put the E after the second H.
How dare. Hatchet had. Hatchet had 33. It's gonna be my spin-off
Yeah,
spin-off stream.
yeah. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Penises.